Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Thursday banger. It's time for the Thursday banger, y'all. That's a lock. It's time for the Thursday banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out here with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. And I promise y'all there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it. That's all I want from y'all. I don't want much. I just want you to save your own life, man. That's all I want you to do, man. I don't want you to put yourself behind bars where you're going to be crying about it later. That's all I'm trying to stop you from going through, man. You want to be somebody out here that's going to be able to see their kids grow and their family grow old, then you got to be able to stay out of trouble, man. That's the only way it's going to happen, man. We put ourselves in predicaments where we leave these people, man. These people need us, man. You don't think our family, our moms and dads don't need us? Y'all don't think we stress our mom and dads out no matter if we're grown or not when we get locked up? Y'all don't think we stress them out when we get locked up? Man, we put a lot of stress on people, man, when we get locked up, man. On our family, our parents, and the kids, man. The kids go through a whole different type of transition when the dad or the mom gets locked up, man. All I'm saying is, man, we got to do better. We got to do better out here, man. We have to, man. It's a lot of people depending on us to do better, man. I wish I had this advice when I was growing up, man. But I'm giving it to y'all right now for free, man. Just stay out the way, man. That's it. Change your ways. That's all you got to do, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is a Thursday banger. So what did y'all do this one? Let's just scrub some, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But it's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called His Brother Was a Predator. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation, man. But we are aware, people. We are in penitentiary, man, where the crazy things happen all the time, man. I'm telling y'all, man, like, it's not a surprise, man. Sometimes you might get locked up and you got a close sibling, man, that might be a predator, man. Like, it's a lot of people in there, man, that got relatives that they never really even met before. They have people that been locked up for a while, man. And like, you know, a lot of them be predators. Not all of them, but a lot of them do be predators, man. So it's really alarming to a person when you get locked up and you come in and you see one of your siblings, one of your main family members, man, that's a real predator, man. Like, it can throw the whole thing. It can throw a lot of things off, man. Like, I witnessed it, man. It's a crazy situation, y'all. So with that being said, though, we on Susses 2 for this, y'all. We on Susses 2. And I can remember being in 2C for this one, man. This is kind of like, you know, I've been in 2C for a while now, man. Like, you know, I'm getting adapted to prison, man. I've been in prison for over a year now. So it's like I'm a Susses 2 person now, man. I done learned it slightly. At least my pod, like, I've been seeing what's going on. Like, I've been watching, I've been observing everything. Like, I've been seeing what's going on, man. Like, and I definitely know, man, it's a lot of shake, rattling, and rolling going on in prison. Now, I have seen it slightly when I was in receiving, just a little bit of it, like, but not at a bigger scale like this on Susses 2 now. It wasn't at a scale like it was all over the place, nothing like that. But in every block you went in, man, it was somebody that shake, rattled, and rolled, man. And you know, that percentage of people, man, it's not a big percentage, but every block it was like that. I mean, I haven't even been to any block yet except 2C at this particular moment. But from going out on the yard and just seeing what the prison is now, like, this is a prison where they just put a lot of people from all type of different prisons onto this prison. So it was like, it was nobody up there, and they just started bringing people from everywhere, man. So like, these people that been bitten for a while, a lot of old heads, a lot of young heads, a lot of dudes, man, been shake, rattling, and rolling. So that's just what's going on, man. So being in 2C around this time right here, man, we had our fair share of shake, rattling, and rollers, man. You had a lot of people. It was a few dudes. It was a dude that I had knew from Norfolk that was like just wide open with it, man. Like super wide open with Shake, Rattling, and Rolling, man. It was like a bunch of other guys too. Like it was just out of control to the point where when you a young dude, man, be really like kind of like crazy to the eyes, man. Like, you know, I'm witnessing all this stuff. I'm seeing guys kiss other guys. I'm seeing just guys outside walking around having picnics and holding hands with other dudes. Like I never seen gayness to a level like this, man. Y'all gotta understand. The only time I really seen gayness was on the movies, like before I came here. So it's like seeing it like this to this level, man, was different. So with people in there doing their thing like that, it didn't stop me from doing my bid. I still was a young dude running around, still trying to chase the la-la, still doing my thing. Like I wasn't in there trying to get to the money at this particular moment, man. Like I'm in there trying to figure out how I'm gonna get some money. Like I'm trying to figure that out. Like that was on my mind when I was in 2C, when I got in there now that I've been in there for a while. So like that used to be the only thing that I used to be trying to think about. But it was just so many people in there that was just into their own little thing, man. That's just what 2C was, though. I ain't gonna lie, man. They brought a lot of people in there, man, from other camps, and they just put them in the 2C. So it was like a lot of people into their own little thing in there, man. So I ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. There's a few dudes in there, man, that kind of, you know, it was a few dudes in there that had my predator radar detector going off crazy. Like I'm standing in the door when they moved in, and like my junk just going crazy when I seen them come on the top tier. I knew they could be predators potentially because like a couple of them was old heads. Their MOs used to be messing with the boys. So like I didn't put it past them to be predators at the end of the day, but I didn't see predator activity from them, even though my predator radar detector went off, man. So like just being surrounded around these people, man, like it's just, I felt like it was a part of my punishment, man. Like it was a part of me getting in trouble, leaving my family, man, and coming to a place like prison, man. You have to be around these dudes. You have to be around all this madness. I just kind of had to like kind of block out what I was seeing and just do my bid the best way I could. That's all I was trying to do, man. So like, you know, with me being from Norfolk, man, like it's a lot of people that's from Norfolk. It's a lot of people that, you know, that you will meet that's from Norfolk, man. Now you have the option if you're going to deal with these people or not, even though they are from your city, man. But I have met a lot of people from Norfolk. Then I found out they shake, rattle, and roll. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like, long as they ain't on no predator activity, like, it be a couple of them that I might still entertain a conversation with. Like, just because you shake, rattle, and roll, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? You want to shake, rattle, and roll, you shake, rattle, and roll. But I did have a couple people that I would still conversate with, man, even though I knew they was in that game. Now, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. It was this one dude that I saw that it ended up coming out that he shake, rattle, and roll. Now, I was shocked when I found out he shake, rattle, and roll, man. We're gonna call this dude O. Now, he was somebody that came from a camp called Augusta. Now, Augusta is a prison where it's slightly in the mountains, but it's still a level 3. It's still a level 4, level 3, level 4, 3, or something like that. But it's just far from everybody that's from Tidewater or Richmond. So like it's up in the mountains a little bit, and they had weights and they had a lot of good perks when it came to that place. They get a lot of rec, but it was just like the mountain activity as far as the officers and all of that, man. And like, I guess since that prison was so far away from everybody that was up there, like from Richmond or Tidewater, I guess that gave them the audacity to feel like they'll shake, rattle, and roll, man. Like nobody will know. But after they made Sussex 2 and they started moving these dudes to Sussex 2, you started seeing these dudes real ways. You started seeing these dudes real ways, man. So O was somebody that I didn't even scan, y'all. I didn't even scan him in the beginning. I didn't. But when he moved in the pod, dudes introduced me to him. Now, O was older than us. We in our early 20s at the time. O was probably like 35, like something like that. He's probably like 35. But once we found out he was from Norfolk, you know, we talking to him, we kicking it with him. Now, he was somebody that been down a little minute too. I think O failed in the 90s. So he was under the old law, which is the old law is when you can still go for parole, but it stopped in 1995. So anybody past 1995, they under the new law, 85%. The dudes after 95, they get still 65% in parole. So he was up under that. But like, he was just somebody that was like advanced to all the prison activities. So like I guess that's what kind of intrigued us to kind of like hang with him slightly. Pause. Like we used to like see him outside. We'd be on the yard. We'll see him out there. We'll be kicking it with him. He was like an older dude from our way. You know what I mean? So all me and my homeboys would kick it with him. So it was all right in the beginning. Well, I ain't even gonna lie, it was all right with O in the beginning, man. All the way up, man, until I seen him, man, with this young boy in his cell one day, man. And like, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. This young boy wasn't even in our pod. And like I told y'all, like, when we found out that O shake, rattle, and roll, yeah, it kind of like was like, yo, like, man, for real, man, they say O shake, rattle, and roll. And then my homeboy asked him. And then when my homeboy asked him, he was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, I mess around. He said it just like that. He was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I mess around, like, boy, I ain't going home. O wasn't going home. He was up under the old law, but he was just only up for parole. That's the only thing he had hope for. You know what I mean? His release date, we never knew. But it had to be a long time for him to say what he said. He was like, I ain't going home. I'm here, man. So like, it is what it is, though. Like, y'all gonna beat people from the town that shake, rattle, and roll. Y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Don't deal with the person. That's just what it is. Like, y'all don't want to mess with me because of that. I get it. I get it. So like me, I was stuck in a predicament like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna fall back. You know what I mean? Because I ain't into that life, bro, into. And I don't want to start no bad habits, and I don't want to be around a person and he's focusing on like messing with another man. That's not my MO, y'all. That's not what I wanted to do my bid, y'all. So boom, I was out like that. Pause. I retreated. I'm gonna say that. I retreated away from old man. Now we remained in the pod together, but when we would see each other, it'll be like, yo, what's up? Oh, he be like, oh, what's up, Weezy? And that'll be that. It wouldn't be like, yo, let's make a meal together. Let's hang out. Let's walk the yard. No. O used to be busy doing his own thing, man. And I used to be kind of chasing the boys slightly, man. So we just let O do his thing. Now, O was kind of like a dude that, you know, he wasn't a little guy either, man. Like O would go outside, work out. He was kind of diesel. You know what I mean? Kind of diesel dude, kind of tall dude and everything. Like, he didn't look like he was a washed up 35 at all. Because I told y'all, Augusta, like, they got the free weights up there. Like, that's like a lot of dudes that came from that camp was diesel as hell, like super diesel. So like he came to Sussex too like that. We ain't got weights. So now it's the pull-up bar and all that he gotta go through. But like he would go outside and do his routine. You know what I mean? He would mind his business. He just shake, roll, and roll. So like I gave him the pass of like still conversating with him, even though I know he shake, roll, and roll. You know what I mean? But I can remember this one day, man, like it was crazy because this is like, you know, like 2 building in the whole Sussex 2, man. Like it was, I'm not gonna say it was bootleg like Lawrenceville, but it was still like in transition of like how they running it and what's gonna be happening. The officers was new. It was a cool place for us because we was close to home and like the officers was people from around the way. Like it was just a good environment in the beginning slightly, even though we was in prison, but like it was bootleg to the point where dudes get 229. And y'all know 229 is when you sneak to another part or just be somewhere you're not supposed to be. The name of the charge is 229, so that's what we call it. We 229. So I can remember, man, like they called program and there was a lot of stuff going on this Friday. And it was like we was about to go to child and all this stuff was going on. It was like, I can remember, man, seeing, O slept in cell 9, man. Cell 9 is kind of like where we used to be at all the time slightly because we used to be back by cell 12. Dudes used to be back there banging on the window rapping. We used to hear dudes, the cypher used to be back there, dudes used to be rapping. So we'll be close to cell 9. 9 is close to 12. 12 is close to the window where we used to be at. So we will be right there. And I can remember, man, the lady calling a cell break. So when the lady called the cell break, like I'm listening to the cypher, like, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of this, the pod noise, dudes gambling, dudes yelling, the rapping going on. So like the pod is super loud. So when the lady said cell break, I was like, yo, she said cell break, man, everybody go to child. So I tapped my man. So I tapped my homeboys. He was like, all right, so we like, let's go. So we get ready to roll. So I got to walk back towards cell 9 and go to the first part of the steps to go up the steps to go to my cell. So as I'm walking past cell 9, it opened up, but when it opened up, I parentheal the joint slightly, and I seen like the cut coming down. Like it was like a quick, as the door was open, I guess he was already at the door, and he was just like, he was pulling the cut down. So when the cut had pulled down, the door was opening up. So I walked by out my parentheal. I seen 2 people in there. Now I know old roommate is a white dude, a super old white dude. He had like one of the oldest dudes on the compound, and said this dude probably was like 75. But he didn't look super old, but he was just one of them old, super old white dudes. So when I glanced out, when I was walking past, I seen 2 people in there, 2 black dudes, not a black dude and a white dude. So I ain't paying no mind until I went and turned to go up the steps. When I turned to go up the steps, I seen this little young dude coming out of old cell. And this was a black dude, man. He was like I never seen this dude on the compound before, so he must be new in one of these pods. But they was bringing so many people up there from everywhere. Like I couldn't keep track of everybody, man, but I could just remember seeing this one young dude coming out of his cell, and the young dude came out. He was trying to like scared, like he was scared to step out. And then O was kind of like, get out, man, come on, step out, you good. And he was like, and he came out, and I looked at the dude. Dude was like, and as I looked at him, I was like, what the heck? So I go up the steps, get my shirt, come back, put my ID on my joint, come down the steps. When I come down the steps, I go stand by my man's cell. When I come down the steps, my man's standing by the payphone, so I go stand by the payphones. Now we facing cell 9 and all that, where O and them is at. So I look, and O just like over there, the young boy, he just talking to the young dude. Young dude like he about a dub. That's my word. Young boy like, then O talking to him. Then I seen O grab him back his neck. He be like, yeah, look at me. Kind of like he made him look at him like, You know what I mean? The young boy was like he forced the young boy to look at him, like he forced his face this way. Young boy was like, and then O was telling him saying, you know what I mean? And then the dude was like, he was shaking his head, and O was like, no. So they was like, exit out for child. You don't see that dude, old Whit, man. Young boy was like, yeah, he with that young boy, man. It was like, man, that young boy that's got on this compound too, man. He downstairs in 2B. He was like, he about to get him moved up here and all of that. I'm like, what? He like, yeah. So we go to child hall. O hollered at the CO dude. He hollered at the CO dude. Then he started, you know what I mean? He had a little conversation with him. Then we come back from child. Man, I promise you, man, the next day, man, that young boy was getting moved up into our pod. And then when the young boy moved into the pod, like he's moving into the pod, he has his own 2 legs to do what he wants. He could have just said, I'm not going. I'm staying downstairs. No, this dude actually came upstairs into the lion's den, y'all. So boom. So now he's in a cell with O. So I'm like, when I seen O with the young boy, I ain't even gonna lie. The young boy don't know nobody in our pod. So all the young boy was doing just standing by their door, looking sad and lost. He just looked like he lost his freaking puppy. He like this. Standing by cell 9 just. So I'm like, this junk crazy, man. So I looked up and I seen O was like over in the corner doing push-ups. Like he was over like working out like way by the back door. And he was just doing like his own routine. He had his headphones on. He was working out. And I seen how he was bouncing up and he stopped. And he started doing burpees. He was just, he just working out doing burpees. And I'm walking past me and my man walking by. I'm like, I'm like, that's crazy, man. I was like, man, a freaking predator, y'all. So boom. There's a difference between a shake, roller, and roller and a damn predator, man. This man is a predator. This man got the young boy in the cell with him, man. So I'll say about 3-4 days of the young boy in the cell with him, man. The dudes that sleep next door to him in cell 8, which is 2 dudes from Richmond. Man, I promise you, man, they was like, yo, they got into it with O. They kind of got into it with O because they was like, yo, what you doing over there, man? You got somebody over there crying. We can hear the man crying through the vent. You know what I mean? And so when we hear that argument, we like, that jump crazy because it was like the Richmond dudes was kind of teaming up on O. It was like 4 of them, you know what I mean? But they basically got a good argument. I told y'all we be by cell 12, but they talking to O right by his cell. They're like, yo, man, you got to tighten up, Charlotte. Like, you got somebody crying in our vent. I ain't trying to hear that, man. Like, you need to get moved in the cell at 34 or something. Like, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that, man. Like, you got, so O was like, what you mean? I can't do my bed? What you doing my bed? Dude was like, you over there violating that young boy, man. I don't want to hear it. O was like, man, look, man, I'm going to do me. Then another Richmond dude that shake, rattle, and roll, he pulled up and he kind of got the shake, rattle, and roll beef squashed because the dude from Richmond was like, yo, look, Shawty, let them do them. You got to let people do them. Shawty, y'all can't be this prison, y'all let. This is prison, da-da-da-da. He like gave it to him raw like that. Like, yo, this was prison. You can't tell nobody what to do. Dudes gonna do them. And that's just what it is. So the Richmond dudes was just disgusted. They was disgusted about it, man. But like, just to hear that O was violating this young dude and somehow he done tricked this young boy up there with him, man. Like, I didn't even see his face no more, y'all. Every time I looked at O, y'all, I seen a damn predator mask on him, y'all. So boom. He wasn't even that old, man. But you know what? A predator is a predator. Ain't no age limit to being a predator, man. And he was in there being a predator. That's what he was doing, man. So the young boy was in there for a while. So while the young boy was in there, it was crazy because I'll say after about 2 weeks of being abused and violated or whatever the case, man, the young boy checked in. The young boy checked in the hole. And we knew he checked in is because when we locked down, the police came in there and they went straight to the O cell. So they was in there in his cell and they came out with the dude's stuff. And then they pulled O out the cell. Then the sergeant dude talked to him. So whatever the young boy said, he didn't throw bro under the bus. He didn't throw him under the bus. He saved him a little bit, basically, man. But they moved the young boy out the cell, though. You know what I mean? But since then, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I would speak to him every blue moon. But now, after seeing his predator activities, man, at first hand, I don't have no more kicking for O, y'all. So boom. I wouldn't give a damn where he from, man. This man is from my town. I don't give a shit, man. You a predator, man. Stay away from me. Real talk, man. Like, and that's how I was carrying. And I told everybody else that's how I was carrying. Everybody was like, yo, he's sick, man. That's crazy. Like, dudes look at that predator stuff like you got a real problem, and you do. And you do, man. So it was wild. It was different, man. So like homeboy that's in there, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we all from Norfolk, we chilling, man. Like, you know, O doing his own thing. Even though the dude checked in, he ended up getting another celly. I don't know if this dude shake, rattle, and roll. It was a tall black dude. He didn't look like he was young and green, but I don't know if he shake, rattle, and roll or not. I couldn't keep up with all the shake, rattle, and roller, man. But he got a new celly and he didn't go to the hole for the situation, man. But I can remember being in the pod, me and my homeboy chilling. I used to rock with a few dudes from Norfolk, but there's always some people up there that know other people from Norfolk that we might not know. Everybody's not going to know everybody. I didn't know everybody from Norfolk. Y'all know I got locked up young. So if you're not really my age bracket, like went to school with you or played sports or nothing like that, I really didn't know you like that. You know what I mean? So like I was just meeting a lot of new people that was from Norfolk. So my homeboy, I can remember, man, we sitting in the junk, man. He was like, yo, look, this is my word. He was like, yo, the intakes, they bringing my man up here. He was like, when he was coming from school, he seen the intakes coming in, and he was like, yo, they bringing him in here. I'm like, for real? Like, yeah. He was like, man, I hope they put him in my cell. You know what I mean? He was like, I hope they put him in my cell, man, because he didn't have a roommate. So he was like, I hope they put him in my cell, but there was another cell open too. So long story short, once they started bringing the intakes in, they brought the dude in, and he didn't go in my man's cell. He went to somebody else's cell in the pod. But when he got in there, it was crazy because he seen bro, he was like, yo, man, he dapped bro up, you know what I mean? We're gonna call this dude that just got on the compound Ron. Ron was excited to see my man. He definitely was. When he seen him, he dapped him up. He was like, yo, what's good, man? What's up? You know what I mean? So I'm assuming that Ron had just got locked up. He's just coming from receiving, and this, you know what I mean? Now he's on the compound. Now, only reason I knew that, because like I told you could tell, like it ain't no property, he ain't got nothing, he coming fresh. So he probably was just coming from Mecklenburg receiving or somewhere like that. But when he came in the block, man, like he just crazily embraced my man. Now, Ron was kind of like about my height, you know what I mean? Kind of my height, skinny dude, you know what I mean? Kind of skinny, little skinny brown skin dude, had the waves game, you know what I mean? Kept himself together. But when he come in, like he was just happy to be out receiving. He was like, yo, who else in here from the town? So we like, yo, there's a few people in here, a lot of people, bro. There's a lot of people in here from Norfolk, you know what I mean? I was like in the other blocks, it's a lot of people, man. So we let them know what was going on. So as we saying that, just watch bro eyes, bro was just looking, he was just like, and then he just locked in on somebody. He was like, and then when I looked at him to see what he was looking at, I looked and I was like, I just seen O walking across the pod with his ice. O got a fake do-rag. O don't even got a real black do-rag. O got a t-shirt do-rag on. But that junk looked like he had the Predator mask with the t-shirt do-rag hanging out the back. I promise you. He walking to the hot water pot like this with his bowl and a cup. He like, and I see bro like, man, I know that ain't my brother, man. My homeboy was like, who your brother? He was like, dude right there. He was like, I ain't seen him since I was young, man. He cut the family off and everything, man, when he got locked up. Man, that man don't write. That man don't do nothing, man. He was like, man, what's his name? I was like, who you talking about? Dude right there. He was like, is he from Norfolk? I'm like, yeah, he from Norfolk. He like, what's his name? I'm like, man, his name O. He was like, man, that's my motherfucking brother. Oh, he was about to walk away. My homeboy was like, yo, hold on, bro. Let me tell you, bro, right quick. He was like, tell me what, bro? That's my family. I was like, yo, listen, bro. Your brother a predator.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.